So I go to office hours because I think it's really important to foster relationships with your teachers, but in really big lecture settings, it's really hard to, connect with the teachers. So it's really important for me to sort of make that relationship and get the help that I need in a large lecture setting.
Do you go to office hours?
Yes, I do.
Why?
So whatever material I'm not familiar with during lectures, I tend to go and clarify myself during office hours.
How comfortable are you at office hours in general?
It really depends on the size of the group going for office hours. If it's a smaller, more intimate group, I will be able to ask questions should it be a question that sounds dumb or not.
Do you find yourself going to office hours very frequently when you don't have a problem with the material or anything like that?
No.
Do you think other people go to office hours like that or no?
I honestly rarely think that people that don't have issues like go to office hours.
Attend office hours.
No, I would say no, I don't. Only maybe 1 out of 20 times when I need an answer to a certain question, but no, generally I don't.
Hours?
I do regularly. I love office hours.
And why do you attend?
I think listening to the professors is really interesting. Just not even about class stuff, just about their lives. They're all super successful and knowledgeable, so it's just interesting to pick their brains.
So would you say your main intention when you visit office hours is just getting to know your professors?
Yeah, I think that's important for the in-class experience.
I wish I had attended office hours more to make a relationship with my professors.
Yeah.
Do you have any strong academic or personal relationships with your professors?
None of my CS professors actually, because yeah, but all my other classes that I've had, like the math classes that I've taken, and also the music classes that I've taken, it's been really cool because you actually get to talk to a professor rather than just why does my program not work?
So have you developed any relationships with your professors thus far?
None that have taught me,
Okay.
but I do research with professors that I didn't have in class.
So all of your relationships have begun through the research.
Yeah.
Okay.
How have you developed relationships with teachers thus far?
So I took 2 classes with this one professor, and he singled me out for my participation. So then I took another class with him and also asked him to be my thesis advisor. And so now I work really closely with him every week on my thesis, and have just developed a really close relationship, more so than just like a professor. He's just an advisor, mentor, that kind of thing.
How did that relationship begin?
So mostly just in class. The class was very relaxed and low-key. There's only 12 of us in the class, so it's pretty informal to begin with. And then at the end of the semester, she invited us all to her house for dinner, and it was like a final presentation for the class. It was really cool. We got to meet her and her husband and just talk to them. And then this past semester, we just all got dinner with her also.
How did these relationships usually begin?
Usually I just go to their office hours. One of them I asked if I could do research with, so now I'm doing independent research with them. I took multiple classes with another professor, and that helped foster that relationship. Just trying to connect outside the classroom, I think, is super important.
Okay. What kind of relationship do you want with your professor?
I would say I would like a relationship where you can go into and talk to professors, and just all the professors I've had have been really knowledgeable about their field, so it'd be nice to be able to go in and just sit next to them and talk to them and not be weird.
What kind of relationship would you want with your professors?
I mean, I would say a comfortable relationship where you can go up to them and ask them something if you need, or be able to meet them outside of class, a comfortable relationship.
I guess what I want is mostly receptivity, to be open to the ideas that I have. Everything else is kind of a bonus, I like to be friends with my students. I like to be on a personal foundation with them. I like to know them. Eventually, I learn their names. But receptivity is really important, and engagement, so that it becomes a community over the course of the semester.
So what kind of relationship do you want with your students?
Definitely professional, but also personal. I mean, I want my students to know that each and every one of them means something to me. So it has to be professional, but they are not just a number. They are a person. I go above and beyond and make sure I know each's name, and that's more than just a class.
The office hours create like more of a time of one-on-one. So in class it's more like the academic thing. But when you come to office hours, it doesn't have to be strictly academic. You can talk about whatever else you want. So all of a sudden you get to know people, and then also if you're understanding how a student's line of thinking is, or whatever else, you can see what's going on, then sure, I mean, if there's something that's doubtful, you're more likely to give the student a benefit of the doubt, because that student has proved him or herself in the past.
When you did have an office previously, did you have a lot of students visit, or what was it like?
No, I hardly had any students come to me, because it seemed to me that it was so frightening to them. And because I don't teach conventional classes, so you don't have an excuse to come and say what's on the exam. And what I found was, when I gave up my office and I moved to the cafe in the traffic lane, people would just wander by and go, "Oh, Ken, have you got a minute?" And then pretty soon I had 4 or 5 students sitting around having real conversations, and I loved that. I absolutely loved that.
Do you have those relationships with students?
I would like to say yes. I don't know if every student would say that.
I would say so.
But I mean, there are some students I don't know well, but I think the majority I do. And I have quite a few office hours, so I get to know my students if they reach out. And then based on the types of assignments I have, it allows me to get to know my students on a personal level, like with the blog assignment. And that is my favorite, where it really helps me to connect with them.
Things that hold back instructors from getting more on like the personal level with the students, because legal, whatever else.
For sure.
And so then I see it's more like on the student to take it upon him or herself in order to do that. Once again, office hours are huge.
Yeah.
I mean, because like it's the one time it's like doors open. Come on, let's talk about whatever you maybe have going on. But once again, that's on the student.
So I see it as we move towards collaboration, as the net positive.
One of my close friends is head of her program at the University of Wisconsin, and yet her professors don't know her by name.
I've talked to a few of my friends at MSU and other schools, and a lot of the times they say, like, I feel like I've been lost in the crowd. I feel like I don't really have any strong relationships with any of my professors.